We're joined now in the studio by Daniele Berman of Book Harvest, which is a great organization. A lot of you out there know about it. They've got a big book drive, the Dream Big Book Drive, coming up this Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, at the Carolina Theater in Durham. Huge event last year. They're looking to make it even bigger this year. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
So tell us about the event. What does it entail?
This is just what it says it is, a Dream Big Book Drive. It's a huge triangle-wide book drive. We'll be at the Carolina Theater in downtown Durham. On the plaza and in the lobby, we'll have 200 volunteers there helping us collect books. It's supposed to be a beautiful day, unlike today, so we're hoping that it will be a big, fun event.
And we were talking about that, where the weather forecast for the next 24 hours is terrible, and then it just gets really nice from there, so Monday's going to be great.
Perfect. We're excited about that.
And Monday, of course, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a lot of events and activities happening around the community to commemorate the life and the legacy of Martin Luther King. It's also a day of service, where it's a day on, not a day off, and this is very much a part of that. So talk about the need that Book Harvest serves.
Right. Book Harvest is a nonprofit organization. It started in 2011, and in that 4 years, we have collected over 300,000 books that have been donated to us by folks in the community. We have probably the simplest mission of any nonprofit around. Our mission is to make sure that all kids have books. We know that for kids to be successful in life, to be successful academically, they need to have books in their homes. And so that's what we do. We take donations of books and we give them back to kids in need. Martin Luther King Day is our day that it sort of fuels our book donations all year long. In that, like I said, in that 3 hours, we will bring in a lot of the books that we need to give to kids all year long.
And we were talking about this before we started during the break, that over the last 4 years, Book Harvest has collected more than 300,000 books. 10% of that came in one day last year. 34,000 books at this event in 1 year alone. What was that like? Even I can't even imagine that influx of books in the space of a few hours.
It is beautiful chaos. It is definitely the place to be. It's in addition to being a big book drive where people can bring books, it's also a big celebration of literacy and community. We will have food trucks, we'll have live music, we'll have crafts, speakers. So we'll have Wooly Bull will be there, Maki the lemur from the Duke Lemur Center will be there. So it's kind of the place to be. We love for people to come and feel like they can contribute by bringing books or by volunteering, but also just to be there to celebrate with us.
And we're speaking with Daniele Berman of Book Harvest NC, a great organization, again, here in our community. What specific needs are there? People are gathering books together to bring to the book drive. What exactly are you looking for?
Sure. We distribute books to kids from birth through high school. So any new or gently used children's books for those ages, we will love to give to kids in the community. We distribute about 1,500 books a week, so every single book that comes in finds a home really quickly. So if folks, it's easy, really. Folks who have kids at home, who have books on their shelves that their kids are done reading, bring those with you. If you're out shopping for books, we'd love for you to stop by a local bookshop. Buy some books for us there. Lots of folks will do book drives this week in their neighborhoods or in their offices. It's as simple as putting out a box on your front porch or at your desk and telling folks in your neighborhood, via an email listserv or folks in your office, hey, bring in your kids' books, and then you drop them off with us that day at, from 1 to 4 at the Carolina Theater.
And it's going to be a great day to do it, a great cause as well. And I mean, everyone with kids, if your kid is 11 years old, and the books that they read when they're 9, they're not reading anymore. But But yeah, so many other people could use them. How do you distribute the books?
There are several different ways we distribute books. Those 1,500 books a week go out through our community book bank. We have bookshelves, free bookshelves in 29 sites in the community where kids, there's a sign on top of the shelf that says, kids, these books are free, help yourself. In health clinics, different places where low-income kids frequently come through, just in waiting rooms. We also have a big distribution at the end of the school year in Durham where we'll send public school kids home with books. We'll distribute about 50,000 books over the span of a few weeks right at the end of the school year. So it's a big job, but we love it. And like I said, this event on Monday is a big part of supplying those bookshelves all year long.
How did you get involved with Book Harvest?
I love books and I love kids. And so it's a natural fit for me. It's hard to find folks who don't love what we're doing. So it's a great place to be.
Yeah, it really is. We're speaking with Daniele Berman of Book Harvest NC. And if people are going to the bookstore and they're looking for things, is there a particular age group you're particularly in need of, or just across the board?
That's a great question. Across the board, yes, especially the books that we tend to go through the quickest are the youngest books, the board books for preschoolers, those very simple picture books. Books in Spanish also, it's a very high need in the community we serve, and we don't get as many donations of those as we have need. So those are, if you're out shopping for books, we would love to have those, but pretty much any book that a child will read, we will take and find a child to read.
Well, it's the Dream Big Book Drive. It's on Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, 1 to 4 p.m. at the Carolina Theater. BookHarvestNC.org is the website. We're speaking with Daniele Berman. Is there anything that people can do other than bringing books to the book drive to help out Book Harvest?
For that event, that's what we need. We need folks to come and we need folks to bring books. But we rely on volunteers all year long to do what we do. The best way to find out how to get involved is to go to our website, bookharvestnc.org. There are volunteer opportunities every week all year long. Without our volunteers, we couldn't do any of what we do. So definitely check out the website and see all the ways you can get involved.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you so much for everything that you at Book Harvest do all year long, literally every day, to get books to kids who otherwise wouldn't be able to have them. Daniele Berman, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.